What's up, kids? Back again. This is finally one of the things I love to talk about. I get to talk about when we do the curse countdown and stuff. But calling this show the Breakdown, and I'm going to talk to just like interesting people in music I listen to, metalcore, deathcore, things like that. And today, the first guest we have is a guy named Kyle. Kyle, what's up?
What's going on, man?
Doing? Kyle's from a band. Kyle's from a band called Fathom, based out of Ohio. Man, how long you guys been doing it, Kyle?
So we started the band in about 2020. I started writing stuff probably at the end of 2019, but we put it live with music and stuff over that summer.
You know, what caused you to form the band? Like, how did you get it together, and what caused the spark to do it?
I just wanted to make the specific sound that I guess I had in my head. I just wanted, put that out there, and I'd been writing shit by myself for a long ass time, and I finally wanted to do something serious with it.
That's cool. Yeah, I guess it was COVID time too. There's no better time to just sit down and record a bunch of stuff.
I had already recorded a bunch of shit before COVID, and then COVID hit.
Oh, okay.
So COVID hit it like the worst time, but
right.
It provided another window for more creativity, and I definitely wrote a lot more shit during COVID too.
Oh yeah. And so you're based in Ohio. Like, you're in Ohio, but the rest of the guys are kind of spread out, right?
I've got a couple of guys local to me in Ohio, but right now most of the band, at least the live band, we've got a guy from Kentucky, Vegas. So one of my dudes from Pennsylvania, and then one of the other guys I've been bringing out is from Missouri.
Oh, nice. So you guys
all the fuck over the place.
Yeah. Well, that's good though. I mean, it's a broadens your horizons, man. Bringing people in from other places, and the power of the internet, I guess, is it allows you to do that kind of.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, and you guys got a tour coming up, right?
Yeah, we got another little run here starting, I think June 20th, heading out to basically Colorado and back.
Right on. Who's that with?
That's just a solo run. That's just us.
Oh, just you guys? Okay, that's cool. Do you guys usually pull pretty well when you're on solo runs, or?
Really depends. This is a new area for us, so we're just gonna kind of see how the shows do.
That's cool. The Colorado area is really cool.
A couple of them look really cool. Our guitarist just moved from Colorado not too long ago, so he knows some people there at least.
Oh yeah, we used to play. There's a really cool venue that was like this weird, looked like an underground bunker type thing in Colorado Springs. That was always fun to play. So
sounds sick.
Yeah,
I haven't played in Colorado in a long ass time, but it sounds tight.
No. It was always fun going through Colorado. So what are like some of your influences, or some of the things that you listen to nowadays?
Something that I listen to, or some of my influences? I said.
Well, I guess both. I guess I just do different things. But you can start with your influences.
Yeah, no, you're good. So I listen to a lot of Traders, a lot of Oceano, a lot of a band called Aegean is a huge one for us, if you're familiar with them.
Mm-hmm.
I've been listening to a lot of I Declare War, Signs of the Swarm recently. I like all forms of deathcore, man. If it's fucking heavy, if it's fast, if it's got fucking some sick gurgly vocals.
Do you have like a favorite vocalist in deathcore right now?
It's super hard to say. Honestly, not at the moment. There's a lot of dudes that are killing it, but I don't know about a favorite.
That's cool. I have a personal favorite. It's fucking Tom Barber. Man, there's something.
Bro, Tom is sick. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about Tom for some reason, but I've always been a fan of him ever since early Lorna Shore days.
He is just dude, Darko has a special place in my heart. They're just weird enough, but still fucking and it's amazing. It's just him and Josh just destroying all the time. Oh my lord!
I mean, they're both sick musicians. It's just a fucking tight project, and they fucking pump it out too. Like they release so much fucking stuff.
And it's crazy because it's like sometimes I was playing for somebody the other day, and what is this fucking alien noise shit you're playing? And I was like, this is amazing, dude.
He definitely is some sort of insect.
Man, if you watch him, I've watched live stuff, and even I try to even when I've been trying to learn vocals, and so I'm watch his mouth, and I'm like, dude, what is he doing? His mouth is all crazy. He looks insane.
I'm not exactly sure what he does. I can't speak for him, and I mean, obviously, everyone has their own sort of tone, just with their own voice too. So it's hard to say, but he sounds fucking sick.
Yeah, I think he doesn't get. I mean, obviously, people like him, but I think he doesn't ever get put in the top 5 of people. I'm like, dude, Tom Barber's fucking gangster. Him and Will are probably, to me.
It's because everyone's about like vocal Olympics and shit these days, and he doesn't do anything like super super crazy, but he's really really good at what he does do.
Yeah. I mean, he does sometimes every now and then throw in some crazy shit, but he's not like Larcenia Rowe in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, those dudes are
Yeah,
ridiculous.
exactly. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I don't know, and that's just what's popular. But
Yeah, no, yeah. Deathcore's gotten out of control with the like, what crazy noise can I make? Like,
everyone knows it too. It's been the case for a while now. I mean, some of them are fucking cool, but in the end,
yeah,
it's just like you. Not every new deathcore release needs to have a part like that.
yeah. There's need to be some weird breakdown with some weird other noise of like, this is an antelope barking in a cow. Like, Jesus Christ, what?
Oh, I don't know what that is. That sounds cool already. It sounds like a better idea.
Right. I don't know, dude. It's just it's funny, but like a lot of it's really good. I just yeah, like,
Yeah,
I've been listening to I listen to a lot of Darko and shits and stuff like that. Deathcore is an
Dark is tight.
interesting thing. Um, like I listen to a lot of metalcore too. Like metalcore is my first love. So,
Sure.
but I mean, there's a lot of bands out there. Like you like Kublai Khan,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
dude. Kublai Khan's so crazy because it's like the simplest music done in the best possible way. So, I enjoy stuff like that too. Um, you guys, what's some of the bigger bands that you guys have toured with? Like you said, you toured with Wretched Tongues, right?
We toured with Wretched Tongues. We haven't really toured with any like super super big names of anyone like crazy notable, but I mean a bunch of really cool sort of similar sized bands to us. Like we just got off a
That's
tour
cool.
with God Eater. I don't know if you checked them out. They're not a huge
No, but
band by any means,
I
but
definitely will.
it was their first tour. But they're fucking sick. And they're black and deathcore. We did a tour
Nice.
with Heirs of Humanity last year that was really fucking sick. I really like those dudes.
Yeah, yeah. That's cool, man. I know touring. We talked about before the show. Touring is kind of like a special. It takes a special type of person to like really really love touring because like it's so weird.
Oh
Like when I
yeah,
used to
it's not
tour,
for everyone.
like when I used to tour, like I'm sure you probably maybe get like this. Like you're like, oh my god, like I love being on tour, and you get back and like I'm ready to go home, and you go home and you're home for like 3 days, and you're like, what are we doing, man? I just want to get back on the road. This is stupid.
I'll be home for like one day and I'm ready. But
Yeah,
if I could just have a couple days off, like a week back at home, just magically, like that'd be ideal for me. That'd be
yeah,
good. But
yeah. I'm telling you, after like 3 or 4 days, you get that like restless thing where you're like, what are we doing? We doing something today? Can we go somewhere and we do something?
you just feel like you're
So,
not doing anything. I get it.
yeah. What's one of the funnest things you've done on tour? You guys like I know like you have off days and other stuff. Like you get to do a lot of really cool shit. Like you guys have any like things that stick out in your mind?
I mean, we just like to fuck around. Whatever's cool near us. If there's like any big cool fucking like music stores are really tight, we like to go see that sort of stuff.
Right.
Anywhere cool outside, like cool hiking adventures are fucking cool. We're losers when we go to casinos. We don't really spend lots of money, but just to have a little bit of stupid fun, if we can get like the free play or whatever.
Oh, we used to go eat at casino buffets all the time, dude. Like
Buffets too. That's probably the biggest thing. Like I'm just a fat dude, man. Like I just want to
yeah,
fucking go. I want to. What's the cool thing to go eat where I'm going? What's the special thing to eat that I can't get at home here? That's what I want to do.
I, you know what I used to do is literally I would pick like one dish before the tour. Like one summer it was French toast, another it was like sesame chicken, and like everywhere we went, I would just get that same dish to try it all over the country.
That sounds crazy. That sounds like a lot of effort too. But I mean, that's fucking tight. I've been
It
trying to
was
convince my dudes to do like eating challenges, but no one's down.
that's fun too. Like, dude, I don't think people don't realize how shitty musicians eat. Like on tour, like there was one tour where it was just like Taco
Oh,
Bell before
that's
every
like
show,
trash.
Denny's after every show,
Yeah.
and
I mean, if you're
PBR in
lucky
between.
too. It's worse now because places aren't fucking open. Like by the time like half the shows get out, and you're like limited to whatever. Which I mean, like, if you're in the right part of the country, then you get cool gas stations, which is okay. Some of
Yeah,
them
you
are
got to find a
tight, but
sheets.
like
You're good.
Sheets or a Wawa, yeah. Or like we had
Yeah,
Bucky's multiple times last tour. I mean, that's the tour
yeah,
classic. So,
yeah. Bucky's is top tier.
but
Um,
even still, like Bucky's fucking clears out a lot of their hot food by like midnight or so, and then you're just
yeah, it's kind of tough. Like you ever have you ever been out to like California and stuff? You're not that far.
yeah. Yeah, I've been to California. It's been a minute. Fathom hasn't been to California, but I like the West
Um,
Coast. It's definitely
listen,
somewhere we're trying to get.
In and Out Burger is will change your life. I tell people.
See, I'm not a big fan of In-N-Out. I like the burgers, but like I hate the fries. I don't know what it was the last time I went. The fries were so bad, but
Yeah,
I'd get the burgers all day.
yeah, dude. Like the burgers are where it's at. Like really, I don't even remember what the fries are like because usually I just go get a bunch of burgers. But like I tell
Fair.
people, like I'm telling you, like everybody talks about
Yeah, they
Whataburger and
have
stuff. I'm like,
they have In-N-Outs in Texas now. We didn't try it once the whole last tour, and I told them that like everyone else should try it because I've tried it. I know my opinion on it. But instead, like God Eater was all about Whataburger, and we ate Whataburger several times instead,
I
which is
do not
decent.
like Whataburger. Just seems very mid to me. But
It's better than like your Burger King or whatever, your
it
standard like
is
fast food bullshit like what we have. We don't really have anything too cool.
no. Yeah, I'm trying to think. It's funny as we talk about food on tour. Like I do, so we do a live show here every Wednesday called the Curse Countdown, and we just
Yeah,
do like a top 10 list every week. And this week we're doing top
sure.
10 fast food places. So
That depends where you're at. Yeah, but hell yeah.
yeah, so yeah, it's definitely where you're at for sure. Like there's a bunch of weird like when I was younger, like when I first started touring, like there used to not be Denny's out west really. It was Village Inns. So like there's like you get across the Mississippi and all of a sudden Denny's would just turn into Village Inns and you're like, what the fuck is a
Dude,
Village Inn?
Ohio doesn't have too many Denny's. Like I don't have one super close to me or anything.
We have one here where I'm at.
Oh yeah. At
They
least
closed down. They
around
closed
Southern
down a
Ohio,
bunch of
there's
them.
not like tons of them. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it's weird. But yeah, man. So what's the coolest place you guys have been on tour? Like you have
Coolest place.
favorite place?
I mean, we had a really fucking good time in Wisconsin. Wisconsin was cool. Florida always treats us pretty well. We like Florida and the coast down there. It depends if you're talking just cool places to go or places where shows are cool.
Both. I mean, I think it's a
Yeah.
whole thing. Because like there's places you go like, oh, it's cool. Like we used to go to Roswell all the time, and like nobody ever turned out for any show I've ever been to in Roswell. But like it's a cool
Yeah.
little crazy town, and so it's like it's a cool place, but it's like it always sets not right with me because I'm like, dude, there's like 9 kids that are gonna show up at this fucking show. So, but they'd always book and pay
Yeah.
us. So I'm like, all right.
Yeah. Those nights are all right. I mean, as long as you get paid, it's whatever. But
Yeah, no,
heck yeah.
it's rough. Let's see. So are you guys writing music now, or you got new music coming out?
We've got a bunch of music we're kind of releasing like steadily right now, so we'll have some more stuff coming out soon. I haven't been
It's awesome.
writing in a couple of months, but I'm kind of feeling the itch again, so I'll probably be writing soon.
Right on.
There's always something stored in the vault come from us, pretty much. So.
Always something to work. I do graphic design for like that's where all this stuff comes from. That's where the podcast comes from, my clothing line and stuff. And
Oh,
literally,
okay.
I have a whole folder full of stuff. This is like stuff I started and then I stopped for whatever reason. So every now and then I just like get bored and I'm like, I'm out of ideas. I just go back and I'm like, all right, let's pick one of these things.
You'll realize you actually just like abandoned something super cool sometimes.
Yeah, it's both sides of the fence because sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, dude, this was a great idea. I just forgot about it. And then
It's
sometimes
like,
I'm like, what?
I was totally right to scrap this.
Yeah, that's the other
I
side of
feel
it. It's like I'll be working on it. I'm like, I know I fucking abandoned this because it's annoying. I'm not doing this.
Word.
So
Yeah, I do a
yeah,
lot of our fucking graphic shit too, so I know how it goes. I mean, it's the same thing with fucking like writing music and stuff too, I feel. Any form
yeah,
of art, really.
yeah. It definitely is. If you guys, if you ever need anything, man, and you guys want to collab on something, I would love to do it. Like,
I'll
I'm just
definitely have
doing
to
a new
check it
clothing drop.
out now.
Yeah,
For
I'll
sure.
send you all the stuff. I'm about to do a new clothing drop because like the first one was called Get Cursed Stay Dead, which is what the podcast is called. Was the
Word,
first
yeah.
drop, and the second drop is called Dapper Degenerates. So you know what I'm saying? Like it all
Alright.
kind of follows like that 1920s Art Deco style
Oh,
shit. So
we like cool shit, so oh yeah.
yeah, check it out. It'd be fun. So you guys have like merch and stuff, or
I'm sorry, what you cut out there?
do you have like merch and stuff?
Yeah, I said I really need to check in on it again. I don't know what exactly is on our online merch store. So lately we've been doing kind of like tour exclusive runs, and I've been really bad about posting the extras after runs. And this last run we only had we almost completely sold out of merch, so I haven't
Oh,
even
that's a nice
bothered.
problem to have.
Oh yeah, for sure. We'd never gotten that low before. I was kind of starting to panic, but
I
there's
was like,
not
oh god.
too much new. There is an online merch store. There might just be like random like or we have one section that's just like discount sort of old random tees, like one-offs that we didn't
Hmm.
sell completely all of.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a merch store.
Okay, cool.
If you really want this cool stuff, though, I mean, the best way is to catch us at a show.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. After where's that run going through? It's like you said, from here to Colorado or whatever.
Yeah, I'll have to check out exactly. I know there's some Kentucky dates. There's some Illinois. I think we're playing Kansas for the first time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you after the show, if you want to send me like you have the tour flyer or whatever, I'll put it up at the end of the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, man. So I'm trying to think. What is like you said you've been doing vocals for how long now?
I mean, a little over at least half my life now, which is crazy to think. Probably
That
like
is crazy.
17 years. So I've only been doing them
Jesus.
in a band and like performing live for the past since 2020, but I'm not performing live though since we weren't able to play our first show until I think it would have been like towards the end of 2021, summer 21,
Right.
I think.
Damn. Well, that's cool. So like, I mean, you take
It
pretty
actually
big
seems
passion
crazy
in
to think. Sorry, what's that?
I just say see if you had like if it was like something that's obviously one of your passions, then like because like I'm just starting to learn how to do it correctly, so it's a whole journey. I think
For sure, it's absolutely, man, and that's so fucking like I'm always trying to improve. Like it can be a struggle fucking sustaining live every night for a full tour. Like a lot of you don't usually think about it when you're at home, especially it's like I was really bad about it first writing stuff and then not thinking about how it would be live and then just performing it live and being like, this is awful. This is the most exhausting fucking thing. Like, this sucks.
Yeah, most people like especially when you're on stage and you're doing way more body movements than you are just screaming into your fucking closet at home.
Oh yeah.
You're like, oh
I'm
my
a big
god.
stage presence guy, and it fucking definitely will fucking take the air out of me.
Absolutely, it does. Like, and like I've heard a bunch of people talk about that, like in breath control and stuff, and it's like, dude, like that's really hard just for me to like walk around the house and do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't imagine jumping
Not only
around.
that, but like you can't always hear how you sound. You're not always gonna be able to hear how you're sounding to the crowd either. So you kind of gotta know what you're doing just feels like. Especially there's some dudes, a lot of dudes out there who'll be running in-ears with no vocal mix in them or anything at all. And I'm just like, dude, how are you doing that? Like I gotta somewhat hear how I sound.
Right. I mean, because I've heard recordings, and I'm like something that I thought sounded good coming out. I'll hear a recording. I'm like, oh no, absolutely not.
I think that's one of the biggest things about being a vocalist, probably especially a live vocalist as well, is just learning what sounds feel like.
Yeah, because like when you hear it, sometimes like you hear it like in your head when like it's resonant, and you're like, oh my god, that sounded awesome, or oh my god, that sounded horrible, and then you hear the recording, you're like, oh, maybe I was really fucking wrong.
Or also, especially live, when something is maybe sounding your voice is a little dry or something, and knowing how to correct that.
Yeah, and correct it, like without hurting yourself or anything, or like damaging your voice.
Like without hurting yourself, or without avoiding stressing your voice to those parts that make that happen for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, because every time I will do vocal practice and I'll record it, and like I think I'm doing really good, I'll send it to people, and like I sent it to my dad one time. He listens to heavier shit than I do most of the time. And literally, like I sent it to him, he's like, "That just sounds like my voice is gonna hurt." I'm like, "That's the whole thing. If you do it right, it's not supposed to hurt. That's the weirdest thing, right?"
Thing too. It's like with any other instrument, just keeping up on practice is a huge fucking thing. Like before this last tour, I hadn't been practicing vocals, and it fucking hit me, dude. On the tour, I was like, "Damn! Like I'm gonna be fucking worn out by the end of this one." So now I've been making sure to be practicing in my off time too.
Yeah, well, like I tell people, like I learned the whole thing of like, dude, like fucking warming up, I never thought was going to be that important. And then like I started to warm up and I was like, oh, this is way easier when I warm up, man. I try to do that cold, no fuck you around.
It depends who you are. It definitely, like, if they're warming up, I'll kind of like break my voice in a little bit and everything will just feel a little smoother and a little easier.
No, it's always funny because I usually try to do my vocal practice when I get up, like an hour or so after I get up. And so like the first hour I get up is just me walking around the house like making weird fucking noises. And people come over like, what are you doing?
I feel like I sound like ass in the morning.
For some reason,
I better never have.
Okay.
So I hope I never have to play a festival or a show or something where I'm going on like pre-noon, because that's gonna be fucking rough.
Yeah, for some reason I don't know if it's how I sleep or whatever. Like when I wake up, like I can always do I can just do the it always the distortion always sounds better when I first wake up. So the first hour is just like me where you have people like, why are you doing that? And like, I don't know, if you figure out a better way to wake your voice up, then you tell me. But otherwise, I gotta sound like an asshole walking around doing this.
So that's the other fun thing about being a vocalist is you have to deal with everyone else around you, and not everyone has ideal places to practice, etc., etc.
Yeah, yeah. I'm telling you, like, I have like one neighbor on the back end of my house. Just like a little efficiency apartment. It's like a duplex, and there's an efficiency apartment in the back, and they can definitely hear me. And it's just like me in my room screaming into the closet, and then I can just hear
Depends too. Some dudes are fucking like I'm pretty fucking loud when I do vocals. Like some vocal styles are very loud.
Yeah, my voice carries a lot, and people tell me like I'm being loud when I'm like, dude, I'm not even trying to be loud. This is how my voice carries. And
yeah, sorry, that's just how this sound is.
Right. Like I guess I'm more resonant, and like, yeah. Look, I mean, when I first started doing it, like you could feel like when I was pushing, but like when I finally got to like breath control, where it was like I'm barely impressing, and like it's loud as shit. I'm like, oh wow, that's way louder than I could get like just screaming the way I was doing it before. It was all constricted and weird. It's hard not to fall back. Like if you learn how to do vocals though in the wrong way, like to get past that and like do them the right way. And then, like, because when I can do it when I'm just practicing and screaming, but like when I have to actually like, form words and like I try to like sing along with a song, like I instantly fall back into the way I used to do it. And I'm like, oh no, shit, that's not right.
Yeah,
so
I mean, for sure.
Yeah,
just gotta avoid hurting yourself. Always the biggest thing, obviously.
yeah. I tell people, like, man, if your voice hurts, then you're doing it wrong. And it's crazy to think that, but like that's why like I tell people, I show people stuff like. I show him like Noah Sebastian from Bad Omens. I'm like, that dude, I've seen him like with the Melissa Cross stuff. Like he'll talk to you after the show and before the show and after the show sounds just normal. And that dude's up there destroying, singing like all kinds of crazy shit. So, did you teach yourself the whole time or?
Yeah, I'm self-taught. I mean, through whatever fucking. I can't even tell you. I don't ever feel like there was really any like instructional things that I came across that really, really strongly helped me formulate doing vocals. It's just a sort of over time figuring things out.
Yeah.
Like I've changed how I did vocals completely at some point during the first couple of years.
Oh really?
Like I started out doing like fucking a lot more like fry type vocals, and now I can't do like hardly vocal fry at all. Everything I do is false chord, and that's just those are just the sounds I like are false chord based. I guess that's just how I've grown over time.
Yeah, I think false chord to me sounds fuller and better, like especially in deathcore.
Sounds fuller. It sounds more like more gurgle, more fucking everything. Just everything you want in deathcore vocals. I mean, there's some pretty fucking crazy things people would do with inhales too, though. But
I've tried inhales. I can't get them yet.
I could always do them. The age I grew up in, inhales were like super, super frowned upon. Like I'm sure you probably remember.
Yeah, people are like, "Don't do that. You're gonna collapse lungs. Chill out, bro."
Everyone hated on inhales. I mean, there are definitely a few dudes who did it and sounded fucking sick.
Yeah. But, do you like you said earlier that you liked deathcore and shit from that era, like the MySpace
for sure.
era.
Yeah.
Like I get to do some touring with Whitechapel and like All Shall Perish before when Eddie was still in it. Like it was super sweet, and it was just like, damn, bro, like. It's crazy to think back to that stuff, like when Mitch Lucker was alive, and like think back about like Alex being in Chelsea Grin, like that era was just like insane.
I saw several of those bands back in those eras, so I definitely know what you're talking about.
Nope.
I remember I was like fucking like 16 or 17 watching All Shall Perish with Jason Richardson up there, who's like he sits close to me in age, and I'm just like in high school and like, oh hey, this dude's shredding guitar in this sick band is like also my age.
All Shall Perish was awesome, dude. Yeah. Yeah, it's I don't know.
They were
man.
super sick back in the day.
They were. There's a lot of good bands from back in the day. Like that's it. Like when I started really getting into like throwing shows, that's how I got into music was the throwing shows. It's just like 2008 is like the special time when it started for me. And it was like after that, just like 2008 to like 2016 was like there was so much shit that happened in that era. It was just like, oh my lord. And like look back at it,
completely different. Like I couldn't even avoid it as a kid. It's like walking like between my school and my house was a venue that had shows all the time. So it just made sense.
Well, yeah, and like luckily enough, I grew up by Columbus, and so like I was part of the Columbus scene. And I got to like be in the Columbus scene that like when like I used to have Austin Carlisle's first band before he was Attack. like come up and play for me. Like it was called what was it called? I forget, but like you know what I'm saying. And like I met all those dudes. I knew like Caleb from Beartooth now, and like Cam. I used to manage his first band. Like I just got to see all these people that I knew, like that were like kids. Really, we were all kids, and watched everybody get signed. Like I threw the first like Moss the Flame show, and like watched them get signed, and like the Crimson Armada. And it's just like, holy shit, dude! Like everybody I know is getting signed.
I feel like I was just a few years too young back during that era, but I was there watching it and enjoying it. It was all fucking sick.
Dude, it was wild. Like there was like 3 or 4 months where it was just like everybody I knew got signed, and I was like, "What is happening, dude? It's crazy." And like, there was a point in time where like literally, Beartooth's manager is a dude named Tom Gutches. Used to be Attack Attack's tour manager and shit. We're the nicest dude in the world. Person who taught me everything I know in the music industry, and like really helped me a lot. Helped me get Death of Air signed in the first band I got signed. And like literally, he's the one who like encouraged me to go out on my own. Like, don't come work for the Artery Foundation. Just go out on your own, do that. And like, yeah, like doing that and seeing all that stuff and like learning from those people was just like, dude, this is amazing. And like now it's crazy to see like Tom became like he was the head of the Artery Foundation at one point in time, and see how big Beartooth is. And it's just like, dude, I knew these kids when they were like 14. Like, this is crazy. Sure. So I think it's you know, I hope you guys. I mean, you guys seem like you're doing pretty well. So, have you guys tried to have any label things or anything going on?
I don't know. We haven't really been like, we're not necessarily seeking like a label. Like we haven't really had like any super sick offers from anyone either.
Right.
Our biggest thing we'd be interested in would be getting with like some sort of booking agency or something. We want those bigger tours.
Yeah,
we're perfectly fine. Otherwise, we're perfectly fine being DIY otherwise, because I mean, like it just works for us.
I think it works for a lot of people now. Like even bands that I know that like were on labels before, like Sirens and Sailors and stuff. Whatever. I've done a lot of stuff with them and love those guys. And like they're just everybody's like now like do with the internet with Spotify and Apple Music and YouTube. Like you can just release whatever you want. You don't have to even have distribution anymore.
Yeah. A lot of these, like a lot of bands our size and a little bit bigger and stuff, like it's actually feasible for them to make and sustain themselves. Whereas if they're on a label necessarily, they probably wouldn't be doing so.
Yeah, I agree. Like it's strange to like the accessibility. I think of bands too is crazy nowadays. Like you could like I remember like when I started like you know in 2008 2009 like reaching out to bands was like a whole thing. Even with MySpace and stuff, like it was still a whole thing. Now, dude, like you can just talk to whoever you want online. Like you just reach out and talk to bands.
Oh, for sure.
So
a lot of people are fucking cool and accessible.
Yeah, it's made it very cool that like, because I tell people I'm like, dude, like you meet musicians, like they're just normal people, like they just want to talk, they're just like normal people. Like when people reach out and talk to them, it makes them more like, you know, like humanize them. We're like, oh, dude, this is like a normal dude just playing music I fucking like, and like to do that, I think really helps people, gets people out to shows and shit. And where I tell people, I'm like, dude, like even if people are signed, like going to shows is important. Like live music is like what is paying people's bills and making this possible for everybody. And so I think the internet's been one of the biggest proponents of that, especially just getting new music out there. Like I found you guys, you know what I'm saying, just by looking through and like you guys came up and I was like, oh yeah, shit, these guys are dope. Let's talk to them.
Very sick.
And so like, I like finding new music all the time. And so like, it's literally when I stumble upon stuff like you guys and stuff, it's like, oh, this is fucking awesome, man. Like, and you know, I tell people like most of the people in the music industry, like 99% of them are as cool or if cooler than you think they are. Like they're just normal people playing shit you like, and so like it's a lot of people shit don't know. You know, that's why I want to do this, so I can be able to talk to people and like talk about. I don't get a chance to talk about not a whole lot of people are sitting down like, hey, let's talk about metalcore and deathcore. Like not a whole lot of people are doing that anymore, at least that I know. Like
I feel it.
So it's fun to like literally just get a chance to sit down and just fucking talk about stuff that like I really love, you know what I'm saying? That's why I started this podcast. Because it's like I just want to talk about shit I like and you know, show off my art and like talk to cool people. So it's been fun. So what's Fathom's plans for the future?
Basically just continue on doing the same fucking shit. We got more music to release. We just want to keep touring. I mean, as long as it's fun and enjoyable and as long as I have music coming out of my head, basically. But immediate plans, we have, like I said, there's a good bit of material we're sitting on to release we're gonna have it out by the rest of this year, so we'll have a new fucking something out for y'all.
That's dope. That's gonna be awesome.
A new EP or LP.
Oh yeah, that's sweet. I can let's see. I was trying to ask people like just fun, interesting questions. Like, is it deathcore is mostly what you listen to?
Me personally, like anymore, yeah. I was definitely a metalcore kid growing up too, and I definitely like a lot of metalcore. But anymore recently, when I find myself listening to music, it's generally deathcore.
Right
And
on.
like I'm not even always listening to fucking deathcore or something. I'll be just listening to something on YouTube on my phone or something half the time as well.
Right, just having something play in the background.
Yeah.
Do you have
when I hear like that? Sorry.
Okay. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
When I hear like that new fucking single or something that absolutely hits for me and drops, I'll play that fucking all the time now.
Yeah, I have such a backlog of music because it's like I'll go and I'm like, I'll just be listening to stuff, and then something will catch me and I'll like get super obsessed with it, and then I'll listen to it for 2 months, and all of a sudden I'm like, shit,
exactly.
I have such a backlog of music now. So, do you have like a guilt? Oh, go ahead, guys. There's a delay, so it's fucking.
No worries. I said, and then you stop and forget about it. You come back a few months, and you're like, oh shit, this is fucking dope still.
Yep. Do you have like a guilty pleasure outside of like deathcore that you listen to?
I don't know, probably like Electric Callboy.
Dude, Electric Callboy is such a fun
They're
band.
killing it though. They fucking kill it at every like textbook metalcore band. Honestly.
Yep. They are. They're like to me, like they're the essence of like 2010, but like new. You know what I'm saying? Like they took all the shit that we love from then, and it's like we're gonna make it fun. Let's go.
So anyone who is in like a metalcore band that doesn't exist anymore, like 10 years or so ago, is probably they've seen this how I feel. It's like, why the fuck didn't we do that?
Right, like they're doing everything we should have been doing. Shit.
Exactly.
That's funny. Are you like one of the people that love Sleep Token?
Sleep Token's okay. I don't love or hate them.
That's fair.
Like I've only ever heard 1 or 2 songs that I really like vibed with and liked, but other than that, it's whatever.
That's cool. I know that they're a very polarizing band, so I was trying to ask people. Like,
yeah, I know. It's whatever. They're a band. You can say like I don't understand why they're as popular as they are, but they are what they are. They exist. Like cool.
Right. That's true. I really love them. So like every now and then I get caught up in the Sleep Token drama. But
I think their aesthetic is pretty fucking cool. I will say that.
Yeah, their whole fucking thing like is very well thought out. Like it's a very much I appreciate the work that they've put into like, you know, making it about the music and the mask thing and everything. Like it's become a whole thing. So like that was doing something
very
right.
Well done. Very well done for sure.
Let's see. How do you feel about like some of the bigger bands in like deathcore nowadays, like Slaughterproof Trail and stuff like that? Like, I know like they get a lot of attention and stuff. Like, because his vocals are ridiculous. Like,
I have like probably the most generic opinion ever when it comes to like these bands, and it's just like I like their earlier work a lot better.
Yeah. What about like Lorna Shore?
Cool. Same thing. Lorna Shore, just like. Lorna Shore's tight. I'm not gonna hate on Lorna Shore. They're sick, but I mean, like, it feels like they're releasing the same song over and over again, sort of.
It's the same 7-minute song to me. I get it. It is too.
And they've spawned this other whole like wave of bands where we've started recently calling it Lorna Core, or so many new deathcore bands just want to be black and deathcore, like to the exact T of Lorna Shore.
Right. They all have symphonies in the background. It's odd, but
it's fine, but like.
Yeah,
there's a lot of it.
Not to hate on
Lorna's like Godmaker's still gonna be my favorite Lorna Shore song. I like the Tom Barber era best. Every era of Lorna Shore, they're still tight. Everything they've been putting out is still sick. And like as live musicians, they're fucking crushing it.
Oh, they're destroying it. And like Will is an amazing vocalist and stuff. But it's odd because bands like that, like even it was like back in the day because of Hot Topic and stuff. It was like Whitechapel and Chelsea Grin and Suicide Silence. You know all these like 15-year-old girls wearing these shirts going to these shows. I'm like, how did this happen? Like, what demographic did this happen with? This
Hot Topic doesn't have anywhere near to the like degree of stuff they used to have now. If you ever go into one, there might be 1 or 2 cool looking logos in there. And that's it.
Yeah, I agree. It's just my dad just recently though he was like, dude, I like Lorna Shore, but he's like, who were all these girls listening to Lorna Shore now? It's all I hear about. Like, Dude, I don't know. I don't know how it
They hit
happens.
fucking social media boom. TikTok, they got fucking, they did it right, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, the one till the Hellfire, like somehow was some magical thing that I guess the first really like weird deathcore noises started making. People are like, yeah, I'm here for that. Like, oh no.
Well, I mean, Infinite Annihilator did the exact same thing before them, but I mean, they just had all the right elements at the right time. I don't know.
Yeah, Infinite Annihilator is fun too, boy.
I'd like a new release from them. That's definitely some bands that are just over the top ridiculous. I fucking love, and they're definitely one of those.
Dickie Allen is just so ridiculous, dude. Like he, as a vocalist, like he's like him, man. It's pretty crazy. So
he's pretty busy these days too, though. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of those dudes become producers now and shit. Remember, and you have like all these weird sexy things. Oh, what up?
I see that he's in, what is it, Necrogoblicon, I think is the band.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, they tour a lot, man.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm thinking about. I mean, Will Putney's doing like a million things too. Like, if you think about all the people in deathcore that are doing a million things, like, and have certain sounds. Like, there's like these little camps of deathcore things where like people start sounding like, they have the Dexcore. Like all the Will Putney stuff has a certain tone, and it's pretty cool though. I like it all. It's kind of crazy.
For sure.
To think about it. So, yeah. So when's your tour start? The 20th.
June 20th.
All right, sweet. We'll get those tour dates up, and where can everybody find you? Like going, what's all your social media stuff?
It's generally going to be Fathom or Fathom Band or Fathom Official. I mean, we're in fucking everything. We should have link trees in our TikTok and our Instagram. It's the same with our Facebook. Everything should somehow link around to everything else, basically.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'll put all the links in the description and stuff for you. So, anything else you want to tell the people?
Just keep looking out for new shit from us. We're always putting out new songs.
Yeah, maybe we'll get lucky. We'll get a Curse Designs Fathom collab. Do some shit. So, but all right, man. Well, it was good talking to you. It was lovely meeting you, man. And I'll have this sub soon. So, go ahead and end it. Tell the Horde have a good day, and we'll catch them next time.
Thanks for having me on.
Yep.
For sure.